Welcome to our deep dive into innovation management. Today, we'll explore the flexible methods, techniques, and approaches that drive successful innovation in modern businesses. Whether you're a startup founder or part of a large organization, understanding these tools can help you adapt and thrive. We'll focus on two powerful frameworks, design thinking and lean canvas. Both offer unique ways to tackle challenges, generate creative solutions, and bring new ideas to life. Let's start by understanding why innovation is essential and how these methods can be tailored to fit any business need. Innovation management isn't about rigid rules. Instead, it's about using adaptable tools that can be customized for your company's goals and industry. Methods like design thinking and lean canvas are designed to be combined and modified as needed. This flexibility allows teams to respond quickly to changes, experiment with new ideas, and integrate different perspectives. The key is to choose the right approach for your project and to be open to mixing methods for the best result. Let's see how these tools work in practice. Design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation. It focuses on understanding people's needs and using multidisciplinary collaboration to create solutions. By viewing problems through the eyes of a designer, teams can uncover unconventional paths to success. Design thinking encourages creativity, empathy, and a holistic view of challenges. It's not just about making things look good, it's about finding meaningful, practical solutions that truly make a difference. Let's break down the core principles of this method. Unique aspect of design thinking is abductive reasoning. This means looking for explanations that aren't directly obvious from what we already know. Instead of following a straight line from problem to solution, design thinking encourages us to explore possibilities that might seem unlikely at first. This mindset helps teams discover innovative ideas that break away from the ordinary. By combining art, science, and technology, design thinking opens up new avenues for creative problem solving. The heart of design thinking are multidisciplinary teams. These groups bring together people with different skills and backgrounds, designers, engineers, marketers, and more. By working together, they can better understand customers, employees, and suppliers. This collaborative process ensures that solutions are grounded in real-world needs and perspectives. It also fosters a culture of shared ownership and creativity, making it easier to generate and refine innovative ideas. Design thinking teams often collaborate with external experts to co-create solutions. This means working closely with specialists who can provide valuable insights and help prototype new ideas. By involving users and stakeholders early in the process, teams can better understand their needs and expectations. This approach leads to more effective, user-centered solutions and helps ensure that the final product truly addresses real problems. Design thinking isn't just about solving immediate problems. It's a visionary and holistic approach that looks at the bigger picture. By combining art, science, and technology, teams can create solutions that are not only innovative but also sustainable and impactful. This broad perspective helps organizations stay ahead of the curve and anticipate future challenges. Let's see how this approach shapes the innovation process. Real-world design thinking projects, teams use a variety of creative tools. These include videos, theater, visualizations, metaphors, and even music. By blending these artistic elements with data, spreadsheets, and management models, teams can tackle complex problems from multiple angles. This mix of creativity and analysis helps generate fresh ideas and drives the innovation process forward. One of the key features of design thinking is its nonlinear, iterative nature. Unlike traditional project management, where steps follow a strict sequence, design thinking allows teams to move back and forth between stages. You can revisit earlier steps, refine ideas, or even start over if needed. This flexibility encourages experimentation and continuous learning, making it easier to adapt to new information and changing circumstances. First stage of design thinking is immersion. This means diving deep into the problem space to understand the context, users, and their needs. Immersion is divided into preliminary and deep phases. The goal is to build empathy and gain insights that will guide the rest of the process. By analyzing all available information, teams can identify key requirements and opportunities for innovation. Empathy is at the core of the immersion stage. Teams strive to see the world through the eyes of their users, understanding their needs, desires, and pain points. This empathetic approach ensures that solutions are truly user-centered. By gathering and analyzing feedback, teams can define clear requirements that will shape the design process and lead to more meaningful outcomes. After immersion, teams move on to analysis and synthesis. This involves organizing and visualizing data to make sense of the information collected. By identifying patterns and opportunities, teams can better understand the whole system and pinpoint areas for innovation. This structured approach helps turn raw data into actionable insights that drive the next stages of the process. Preliminary immersion aims to gain an initial understanding of the problem. Sometimes this means redefining the problem itself. By asking the right questions and challenging assumptions, teams can ensure they're addressing the real issues. This early stage sets the foundation for deeper exploration and more effective solutions later on. Deep immersion focuses on identifying the needs of all stakeholders involved in the project. This means going beyond surface-level observations to uncover hidden opportunities and challenges. By analyzing participants' experiences, teams can discover new possibilities and generate a wealth of information that will inform the rest of the process. With so much information gathered during immersion, it can be challenging to identify key opportunities. That's why analysis and synthesis are crucial. Teams organize and visualize data into systems that make it easier to understand the big picture and spot areas for innovation. This step ensures that no valuable insight is overlooked. Once the problem is understood, it's time to generate ideas. The goal is to create as many thoughts and concepts as possible, encouraging originality and uniqueness. Techniques like group brainstorming are often used, but it's important to be aware of their limitations, such as reduced effectiveness with large groups. The focus should always be on stimulating creativity and exploring unexpected solutions. Collaboration is key during ideation. By working together, team members can build on each other's ideas and push the boundaries of what's possible. The aim is to generate a wide range of solutions, including those that go beyond the obvious. This collaborative energy often leads to surprising and innovative designs. After generating a pool of ideas, it's time to sort and evaluate them. Teams typically categorize ideas based on business goals, technical feasibility, and human needs. The best ideas are then developed further, moving into the next stage of the process. This careful selection ensures that only the most promising concepts are pursued. Concept development is about turning selected ideas into detailed plans. This involves fleshing out the concepts, identifying key features, and preparing them for prototyping. By developing strong concepts, teams set the stage for successful innovation and ensure that their ideas are ready for the next phase. Prototyping is where ideas become tangible. This stage involves creating simple, inexpensive models that can be easily shared with clients and users. Prototypes help teams test their ideas, gather feedback, and make improvements before investing in full-scale development. The process is iterative, with prototypes being refined based on user reactions and insights. Prototyping offers several advantages. It allows teams to identify and fix problems early, communicate their intentions more clearly, and involve clients and users in the creation process. By testing key parameters and running stress tests, teams can ensure that their prototypes are functional and valuable. This hands-on approach accelerates learning and validation. Prototyping isn't limited to physical products. It can also be used for services, using techniques like storyboarding to visualize customer experiences. The key is to test critical parameters that affect functionality and user value. By involving users in the process, teams can gather valuable feedback and make necessary adjustments before launching the final solution. Prototyping is an iterative process. Teams create, test, and refine their models based on feedback from clients and users. This cycle continues until the prototype meets all requirements and is ready for further development. Iterative prototyping helps teams learn quickly, adapt to changes, and deliver better solutions. Testing is the stage where completed solutions are tried out by users. This involves a larger group than during prototyping, providing broader feedback and insights. Advanced users, sometimes called lead users, can offer professional-level evaluations and help identify areas for improvement. The goal is to learn as much as possible before launching the product to the market. Learning launch is a quick, low-cost product release aimed at gathering insights rather than maximizing sales. The focus is on learning from real users and making improvements before a full-scale launch. This approach bridges the gap between co-creation with customers and bringing the product to market, ensuring that the final solution is well-tested and refined. Design thinking stages are not strictly linear. They interact and influence each other throughout the project. It's common to start with immersion, run several prototyping cycles, and continue studying the project context in parallel. Ideation can occur at any point, and feedback loops are built into every stage. This interconnectedness makes the process dynamic and responsive. Now let's shift our focus to Lean Canvas. This is a simplification technique that visualizes the main parameters of a product or business idea. Lean Canvas captures the essential building blocks of an innovation project on a single page, making it easy for everyone involved to understand and contribute. It's a powerful tool for clarifying ideas and identifying potential risks early on. Lean Canvas uses templates that include the most important characteristics of a product or business idea. These templates help teams map out their assumptions, identify key risks, and plan experiments to test their ideas in the real world. By visualizing everything on one page, Lean Canvas makes it easier to communicate and iterate on your innovation strategy. The main advantage of Lean Canvas is its simplicity and clarity. By distilling complex projects into a single page, it helps teams stay focused on what matters most. Lean Canvas also encourages experimentation and learning, making it easier to adapt to changes and improve your business model over time. It's a must-have tool for any innovation project. Innovation is a journey, not a destination. By using flexible methods like design thinking and Lean Canvas, you can navigate uncertainty, generate creative solutions, and bring your ideas to life. Remember, the key is to stay open, collaborate, and keep learning. With these tools, you're ready to tackle any challenge and drive meaningful change in your organization. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of innovation management. Welcome. Today, we're diving into the world of Lean Canvas, a powerful tool for innovation and business modeling. Lean Canvas is designed to help teams quickly map out the key aspects of a new project or startup. Its strength lies in fostering quality team discussions, ensuring that no important characteristic of your innovation project is overlooked. Whether you're launching a new product or refining an existing idea, Lean Canvas provides a structured approach to brainstorming and planning. In this video, we'll explore how Lean Canvas works, its universal applications, and how it compares to other innovation management methods. Let's get started on this journey to smarter innovation. Successful Lean Canvas session starts with a strong team discussion. This collaborative approach ensures that every critical aspect of your project is considered. By bringing together diverse perspectives, teams can identify potential challenges and opportunities early on. The open exchange of ideas helps avoid missing key details that could impact the project's success. Team discussions also foster a sense of ownership and commitment among members, making the innovation process more effective and engaging. Remember, the quality of your lean canvas depends on the quality of your team's conversation. Lean Canvas is a remarkably versatile tool. While it's especially popular among startups and new projects, its structured approach can be applied to almost any innovation initiative. Whether you're in a large corporation or a small team, Lean Canvas helps clarify your business model and strategy. Its universal design means you can adapt it to fit your specific needs, making it a go-to method for innovators everywhere. By using Lean Canvas, you ensure that your project is built on a solid foundation, ready to face the challenges of the market. The heart of Lean Canvas is a prefabricated template filled with predefined questions. These questions act as a guide, helping teams quickly orient themselves around the core problem and potential solutions. The template covers everything from key partners and activities to customer segments and revenue streams. By systematically addressing each section, teams can build a comprehensive picture of their business model. This structured approach not only saves time, but also ensures that nothing important is left out. Let's break down the main components of the Lean Canvas. These include key partners, key activities and resources, value proposition, customer relationships, customer segments, distribution channels, cost structure, and revenue streams. Each element plays a vital role in shaping your business model. By addressing these areas, you can identify strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities for improvement. This holistic view is essential for building a sustainable and successful innovation project. A Lean Canvas and Business Model Canvas, BMC, share similarities. There are important differences. BMC is broader and doesn't account for performance measurement or the management of business model assumptions, key factors for sustainable business. Lean Canvas, on the other hand, is more focused on startups and innovation, emphasizing rapid validation and iteration. Understanding these differences helps you choose the right tool for your project's need. Despite its strengths, Lean Canvas isn't perfect. It can struggle in situations where the original solution to a problem is unrealistic or hard to achieve. If your project's foundation is shaky, Lean Canvas may not provide the clarity you need. It's important to recognize these limitations and be ready to adapt your approach when necessary. Always validate your assumptions and be open to revisiting your business model as new information emerges. Lean Canvas is just one of many tools available for innovation management. Other methods like storyboard by a feature and shadowing offer unique ways to understand customer needs and prioritize features. Each method brings a different perspective, helping teams uncover hidden opportunities and refine their ideas. By exploring multiple approaches, you can find the best fit for your project and maximize your chances of success. Storyboard method uses a comic strip style to visualize the customer journey or product experience. By mapping out each step, teams can better understand how users interact with their product or service. This visual approach makes it easier to spot pain points and opportunities for improvement. Storyboarding is especially useful for communicating complex ideas in a simple, engaging way. A feature is a prioritization method where customers or stakeholders allocate a limited budget to the features they value most. This technique helps teams understand which features are truly important and worth investing in. By focusing on what customers are willing to buy, you can make more informed decisions about product development and resource allocation. Shadowing involves observing customers or employees in their natural environment to understand their behaviors and needs. By asking questions like, "Why do you do it this way?" and "How do you feel about it?" teams can uncover hidden needs and pain points. This empathetic approach is invaluable for designing solutions that truly resonate with users. Speedboat method helps teams identify what users dislike about a product or service. Participants are asked to list the anchors holding the product back. By focusing on these negative aspects, teams can prioritize improvements and remove obstacles to user satisfaction. This method is quick, interactive, and highly effective for driving product enhancements. In the product box exercise, customers are invited to draw their ideal product and describe its features. This creative activity helps teams discover what customers truly want and identify any gaps in the current offering. By visualizing the dream product, teams can better align their development efforts with customer expectations. 5 Whys technique is a simple yet powerful tool for root cause analysis. By repeatedly asking why, usually 5 times, teams can dig deep to uncover the underlying causes of a problem. This method helps ensure that solutions address the real issues, not just the symptoms. It's a must-have in any innovator's toolkit. Mind mapping is a technique for generating creative ideas and associations. By visually organizing thoughts and concepts, teams can spark new connections and uncover innovative solutions. Mind maps are especially useful for brainstorming sessions, helping teams explore a wide range of possibilities and build on each other's ideas. Role-playing allows teams to prototype services before launching them in the real market. By acting out scenarios, team members can identify potential issues and refine their approach. This hands-on method brings the customer experience to life, making it easier to test and improve service concepts. Contextual interviews are conducted in the natural environment where the product is used. This ethnographic research method helps teams recall specific details and gain a deeper understanding of user needs. By observing real-world interactions, teams can design solutions that fit seamlessly into users' lives. Camper is a holistic technique for creative problem-solving. It stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse. By systematically applying these 7 strategies, teams can generate innovative solutions and make better decisions. Scamper is simple, direct, and highly effective for fostering creativity. Brainstorming is one of the most well-known methods for generating ideas. Typically involving 3 to 12 people and a moderator, brainstorming sessions encourage free thinking and rapid idea generation. The key is to create a safe space where everyone can contribute without fear of criticism. This method is perfect for unlocking your team's creative potential. Brainwriting builds on brainstorming by having participants write down 3 ideas in a few minutes, then pass their paper to a colleague. This method encourages quieter team members to contribute and ensures a wide range of ideas are generated. Brainwriting is fast, inclusive, and often leads to unexpected insights. Stage Gate Control Process (SGCP) is a formalized approach to managing innovation. It provides a detailed plan that guides projects from the initial idea stage all the way to market launch. SGCP integrates ideas and decisions into distinct stages, making project tracking more transparent and efficient. Each stage has specific criteria that must be met before moving forward, ensuring that only the best ideas progress. SGCP, the innovation process, is divided into discrete stages, each with its own set of activities and milestones. Progressing from one stage to the next requires meeting predefined criteria and getting approval from designated managers known as gatekeepers. This gate control ensures that projects are thoroughly evaluated before resources are committed to the next phase. The process helps avoid costly mistakes and rushed decisions. Stage Gate approach streamlines the innovation process by setting clear milestones and considering critical success factors. After each stage, the project is evaluated against a set of metrics to determine if it qualifies for the next phase. The level of strictness in gate control depends on the type of innovation. Radical innovations may have looser criteria, while incremental ones require stricter standards. First stage in SGCP is recognizing opportunities. Here, team members actively seek out technical feasibility and market opportunities. This stage is all about exploring ideas, inventions, and potential breakthroughs. It's a time for open-minded research and creative thinking, laying the groundwork for successful innovation. Once opportunities are identified, the next step is generating and selecting ideas. Teams research various technologies and explore how they might be applied. This phase ends with a formal review, where the technical feasibility and commercial viability of each idea are thoroughly assessed. Quality of output is prioritized over strict deadlines at this stage. The problem-solving stage, teams validate their models and formalize concepts. Quantitative indicators are used to estimate demand, project costs, and set pricing strategies. A financial budget is allocated for the next phase, ensuring that resources are used efficiently. This stage is crucial for confirming that your solution is both viable and valuable. Prototyping is where ideas become tangible. The first prototype must be fully functional, serving as a testbed for technical solutions. Teams focus on refining technology and preparing for implementation. This stage is all about turning concepts into reality and preparing for broader deployment. Once a solution is developed, it's time to put it to use. This involves transferring the product from development to production and continuously refining its attributes. The goal is to achieve stable performance and prepare for market launch. Early user testing is often conducted to gather feedback and make final adjustments. Final stage is commercial development, where the innovation is introduced to the market. This phase focuses on production, marketing, and sales strategies. Customer preferences are thoroughly researched and incorporated into business models. Despite the challenges, careful planning and strict resource control can significantly increase the chances of a successful market launch. Success in the stage gate control process depends on several critical factors. These include thorough preparation, listening to the customer, offering unique product advantages, clear and early product definition, well-planned resource allocation, strict decision-making at gates, and a responsible cross-functional team with strong leadership. By focusing on these areas, organizations can improve their innovation outcomes and reduce the risk of failure. Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of innovation management, focusing on the SGCP system and its application in the pharmaceutical industry. SGCP, or Stage Gate Control Process, is a structured approach designed to streamline innovation, minimize errors, and accelerate product development. Whether you're in a large corporation or a smaller business, understanding SGCP can help you stay ahead in a competitive market. Let's explore how this system works, why it matters, and what makes it especially relevant for the fast-paced world of generic pharmaceuticals. SGCP is all about proving innovation capabilities and ensuring readiness for market launch. It doesn't stop there. It also evaluates post-implementation results, making sure every innovation delivers value. Unilever, for example, defined 88 distinct steps for each stage, highlighting the system's thoroughness. SGCP uses 4 types of metrics, both financial and non-financial, to measure progress and success. This comprehensive approach ensures that every innovation is tracked, assessed, and optimized for maximum impact. One of SGCP's strengths is its adaptability. There's an easy version tailored for incremental innovations, which consists of fewer stages. This streamlined version is perfect for projects that don't require the full complexity of the standard SGCP. The main goal here is to accelerate the process as much as possible, allowing companies to bring improvements to market quickly and efficiently. By customizing the system, businesses can focus resources where they matter most. GCP isn't just for big corporations. It can be tailored to fit the needs of small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, especially in the generic pharma sector. By adjusting the process to match the scale and resources of smaller businesses, SGCP becomes a powerful tool for driving innovation without overwhelming teams. This flexibility ensures that even companies with limited resources can benefit from structured innovation management. The generic pharmaceutical industry, being the fastest to develop a new product, often matters more than offering the lowest price. Speed allows companies to secure patents, protecting their innovations from competitors. This approach not only ensures a competitive edge but also maximizes returns on investment. SGCP's structured process helps companies move quickly while maintaining quality and compliance. Despite its benefits, SGCP faces some barriers to adoption. Key stakeholders, especially foreign owners, often see the system as too bureaucratic. The large number of formal approvals and administrative steps can be intimidating, sometimes seen as a legacy of past systems. Employees may also feel frustrated by the formal requirements, which can slow down day-to-day operations. Overcoming these barriers requires clear communication and a focus on the tangible benefits SGCP brings. One of the standout features of SGCP is its versatility. It's not just effective in large companies, smaller firms can also adapt it to their unique needs. By scaling the process to fit the project's scope and the company's resources, SGCP becomes a practical solution for a wide range of businesses. This adaptability is crucial in today's fast-changing markets, where flexibility can make all the difference. When SGCP is properly adapted, it takes into account the specific characteristics of each company. This means the innovation process can be managed at an optimal level of performance, balancing speed, efficiency, and quality. Companies can focus on what matters most, ensuring that every step adds value and contributes to the overall success of the project. SGCP truly makes the innovation process smoother and faster by rationalizing development steps. By minimizing unnecessary work and focusing on what's essential, companies can bring new products to market more quickly. This not only saves time but also reduces costs and increases the chances of success. One of the biggest advantages of SGCP is its ability to minimize errors. By following a structured process, companies can almost eliminate mistakes and avoid unnecessary work. This not only saves money but also ensures that resources are used efficiently. The result is a more reliable and cost-effective innovation process. SGCP shortens the time needed to bring innovations to market. This means companies can start benefiting from their new products sooner, gaining a competitive advantage and securing intellectual property rights before others can catch up. Speed to market is a critical factor in today's fast-moving industries. Generic SGCP model, as described by Roberts, provides a framework that can be applied across industries. It's designed to be flexible, allowing companies to adapt the process to their specific needs and project types. This universality makes SGCP a valuable tool for any organization looking to improve its innovation management. Experts recommend applying SGCP not just in large companies but also in medium and small enterprises. The key is to adapt the process to fit the company's size and project diversity. By doing so, businesses can harness the full power of SGCP, driving innovation and staying competitive in their markets. Major question for companies is whether to innovate internally or to bring in ideas from outside. Closed innovation relies on in-house R&D, often keeping results secret until launch. In contrast, open innovation encourages importing innovative ideas from external sources, broadening the scope for creativity and problem-solving. Despite heavy investment in research and development, only a tiny fraction of ideas become commercial hits. In fact, out of 3,000 ideas based on scientific insights, just one becomes a major success. This highlights the need for more efficient innovation processes and the value of open innovation in increasing the odds of success. The traditional closed innovation model is losing ground as companies realize the benefits of open innovation. Rising R&D costs and the need for faster development are driving this shift. Open innovation allows firms to leverage external knowledge, reducing risks and costs while speeding up the innovation process. Open innovation comes in several forms. The inside-out approach involves spinning off unused know-how into separate companies or licensing it to others. The outside-in approach brings in ideas from customers, online communities, or other external sources. Both strategies help companies tap into a wider pool of knowledge and expertise. Inside-out innovation is about making the most of what a company already knows. This can mean creating spin-off companies, restructuring to use know-how more effectively, or licensing intellectual property to others. By sharing or selling unused knowledge, businesses can generate new revenue streams and foster further innovation. Licensing is a key part of inside-out innovation. Companies can grant others the right to use their patents, trademarks, or know-how, often through formal agreements. This not only brings in additional income but also allows innovations to reach new markets and applications, maximizing their impact. Know-how agreements are especially important, as up to 80% of knowledge shared in open innovation isn't protected by patents or trademarks. These agreements allow companies to share valuable insights and expertise that might otherwise go unused, fostering collaboration and accelerating progress. Outside-in innovation focuses on bringing external ideas into the company. This can involve engaging customers in online communities, crowdsourcing solutions, or collaborating with advanced users who act as authorities in their fields. By tapping into external expertise, companies can identify needs and solutions earlier than their competitors. Online communities play a big role in open innovation. There are crowds which collaborate on shared activities, hives which are focused groups led by a few authorities, swarms where collaboration is less structured, and mobs where the main goal is social contact. Each type offers unique opportunities for gathering insights and fostering innovation. Open innovation is everywhere, from sharing actors across competing production groups to collaborative projects like Linux and Android. These examples show how pooling resources and expertise can lead to breakthroughs that benefit everyone involved. The open innovation model is especially powerful in technology and creative industries. Venture capital plays a crucial role in supporting open innovation, especially for startups experimenting with new business models. With the right management, venture investments can be highly profitable, helping new ideas reach the market and scale quickly. Henry Chesbrough is widely recognized as the father of open innovation. His work has shaped how companies think about leveraging external knowledge and collaborating beyond their own boundaries. Chesbrough's ideas have inspired countless organizations to rethink their innovation strategies. Open innovation offers many benefits. It reduces risks and costs in development, shortens the time needed to bring products to market, and supports shared learning. Companies can also achieve savings in production and benefit from collaborative strategies, such as international partnerships in space exploration. A great example of open innovation in action is the shared strategy for space exploration between the USA, Russia, and China. By pooling resources and expertise, these countries have achieved more together than they could alone. This collaborative approach is a model for how open innovation can drive progress on a global scale. As R&D costs continue to rise, more companies are turning to open innovation. This trend is reshaping how businesses approach problem-solving and product development. By embracing openness, companies can stay competitive and adapt to changing market demands. The best innovation strategies often combine internal R&D with external collaboration. By balancing closed and open innovation, companies can protect their core knowledge while also benefiting from new ideas and partnerships. This hybrid approach maximizes the potential for breakthrough success. In summary, SGCP and open innovation are powerful tools for any company looking to thrive in today's fast-paced world. By adopting structured processes and embracing external collaboration, businesses can accelerate development, reduce risks, and achieve greater success. The future belongs to those who innovate boldly and work together to turn ideas into reality. Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of open innovation and how it's transforming business models. In a rapidly changing market, companies are realizing that collaborating with others can lead to shared costs and greater success. Open innovation isn't just a buzzword, it's a practical approach that allows businesses to leverage external ideas and resources. This shift is especially important as product life cycles get shorter and development costs rise. Let's explore how businesses can benefit from open innovation and why it's becoming a key strategy for staying competitive in today's fast-paced environment. As technology advances, the lifespan of products is shrinking. This means companies must innovate faster, but the returns from new products often grow more slowly than the costs of developing them. Businesses are under pressure to find new ways to stay profitable. By sharing development costs and collaborating with other firms, companies can manage these challenges more effectively. Open innovation offers a way to spread risk and tap into a wider pool of ideas, making it easier to keep up with the pace of change. Companies that are open to working with external partners often achieve more innovative solutions. By collaborating with universities, startups, or even competitors, businesses can access new knowledge and technologies. This approach not only accelerates innovation but also helps companies stay ahead in the market. The ability to work with others is becoming a critical factor for success, especially as industries become more interconnected and complex. Succeed in business today, it's essential to connect intellectual property IP management with business models and innovation processes. IP isn't just about protecting inventions, it's about strategically using patents, trademarks, and know-how to create value. Companies that align their IP strategies with their business goals are better positioned to capture the benefits of innovation and defend their competitive edge. Traditional closed innovation, companies focus on keeping their inventions secret and preventing competitors from benefiting. Most intellectual property in this model isn't even used in the company's own business. Up to 90% can remain unused. The winner is often the firm that brings innovation to market first. This approach requires companies to handle all research, development, and production internally, relying on their own talented employees. Open innovation flips the script. Here, companies see unused intellectual property as wasted resources. Instead of keeping everything in-house, they license or sell their knowledge, benefiting from new revenue streams. Open innovation also encourages cross-licensing and collaboration, allowing firms to profit when others use their IP. The focus shifts from being first to market to having the best business model. External research and development become valuable sources of new ideas and solutions. Not all talented people work for your company. Open innovation recognizes the importance of collaborating with skilled individuals both inside and outside the organization. By building networks and partnerships, companies can access a broader range of expertise and ideas. This approach helps businesses stay flexible and responsive to new opportunities, driving continuous improvement and growth. Great example of open innovation is Tesla. Elon Musk made all of Tesla's electric vehicle patents available to the public. The goal was to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles as a standard mode of transport and to encourage the development of charging infrastructure. By sharing its patents, Tesla not only supported industry growth but also positioned itself as a leader in innovation. Toyota followed a similar path by releasing its hydrogen fuel cell patents. The company aimed to support the spread of hydrogen-powered vehicles and foster industry-wide innovation. By making these patents available, Toyota encouraged other companies to develop and adopt hydrogen technology, helping to create a more sustainable future for transportation. Rationalist approach to business strategy, influenced by military practices, follows a linear model: analyze the situation, make decisions, and implement actions. Tools like SWOT analysis help companies understand their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This method is valuable for preparing organizations for future changes and ensuring that goals and actions are aligned across different departments and locations. In practice, the gradualist or incremental approach is more common. It acknowledges that it's impossible to fully understand both the present and the future. Companies using this strategy make small, step-by-step changes, often through trial and error. This method is especially effective in environments with sudden disruptions, where flexible and adaptive strategies can outperform rigid, rational plans. Innovation strategies can be categorized into 6 main dimensions. These range from introducing entirely new products with original technical solutions, to launching new lines of familiar products that address customer needs, to expanding existing product lines with improved technologies. Each dimension represents a different way companies can innovate, from radical breakthroughs to incremental improvement. First dimension involves launching completely new products that use original technical solutions never seen before. These radical innovations make up about 10% of all innovations and can create entirely new markets. Companies that succeed here often gain a significant competitive advantage, but the risks and costs are also higher. Second dimension focuses on introducing new lines of familiar products that represent a qualitative change. These innovations respond to evolving customer needs and account for about 20% of all innovations. By improving existing concepts, companies can strengthen their market position and better serve their customers. Third dimension involves expanding existing product lines using proven technical approaches. While these may seem familiar, they can introduce new features or benefits that are novel to customers. This type of innovation makes up about 26% of all innovations and helps companies stay relevant in competitive markets. Another 26% of innovations come from improving or changing products within existing lines, using the same basic concept. This conservative strategy doesn't require a large budget but can still deliver significant value to customers. Incremental improvements help companies maintain customer loyalty and extend the life of their products. Sometimes, innovation means finding new applications for existing products. This approach accounts for about 7% of innovations. By identifying new markets or uses, companies can unlock additional value from products they already offer, often with minimal investment. Innovation isn't always about new products. Sometimes it's about reducing costs, lowering prices, or improving sales and distribution efficiency. These marketing, logistics, or process innovations make up about 11% of all innovations. By streamlining operations, companies can offer better value to customers and improve their bottom line. Innovation strategies are implemented in 3 main areas: product technical, marketing, and production technology. The product technical strategy focuses on what to offer customers, including product type, quantity, and quality. The marketing strategy defines target customers and determines who the company serves. The production technology strategy addresses how to make the product or deliver the service efficiently. According to Professor Vielchek, innovation strategy starts with identifying the needs of external and internal customers, stakeholders, and the company itself. The goal is to ensure that innovation efforts are purposeful and meet real demands. By understanding these needs, companies can prioritize projects that have the greatest potential impact. Another key strategy is assessing the perceived level of novelty in product innovation, both from the customer and the manufacturer's perspective. Understanding how new or different a product appears can influence its success in the market. Companies must balance genuine innovation with customer expectations to maximize impact. Innovation often requires organizational restructuring. Strategies like prosperity, revitalization, and resuscitation help companies adapt to discontinuities and seize new opportunities. By being open to change, businesses can position themselves for long-term success, even in turbulent markets. Different types of innovation require different management approaches. Simple innovations can be handled with straightforward processes, while complex innovations need more sophisticated management. Choosing the right strategy for each type of innovation ensures that projects are executed efficiently and effectively. Innovation can focus on products or processes. Product innovation creates new or improved goods, while process innovation enhances the way products are made or services delivered. Both are driven by the needs of customers and the company, and both are essential for long-term competitiveness. To outperform competitors, companies can either win direct market battles or avoid them by creating new market spaces through innovative products. Smart innovation strategies help businesses carve out unique positions, making it harder for competitors to catch up. Innovation is more than just big ideas or new products. It's a systematic search for competitive advantage, often involving new technologies, products, services, or processes. The goal is to create a temporary edge over competitors, known as monopoly profit, until others catch up and the cycle of innovation begins again. Innovation leads to what's called creative destruction. As companies introduce new products or processes, they disrupt the market and gain an advantage. Competitors then try to imitate or surpass these innovations, eventually restoring balance. This ongoing cycle drives continuous progress and keeps industries evolving. One common myth is that innovation only comes from big ideas. In reality, many successful innovations are the result of small, incremental improvements. Companies should encourage all types of innovation, not just the headline-grabbing breakthroughs. Another myth is that innovation is only about creating new products. In fact, innovation can also involve new services, business models, or processes. Companies that look beyond products can find new ways to create value and stand out in the market. Some believe that innovation is purely the result of creativity and can't be taught. However, innovation can be fostered through systematic processes, training, and a supportive culture. Companies that invest in developing innovation skills are more likely to succeed. It's a misconception that only research and development departments can innovate. In reality, innovation can come from any part of the organization. Encouraging input from all employees increases the chances of discovering valuable new ideas. Many see innovation as inherently risky, but not all innovation involves high stakes. By managing risk through careful planning and incremental steps, companies can innovate safely and effectively. Risk can be minimized with the right approach. Another myth is that innovation always requires large investments. While some projects can be costly, many innovations are achieved with modest resources. Companies should focus on smart, efficient innovation rather than just spending more money. It's a mistake to think that the success of innovation is directly proportional to the amount of money spent on R&D. Success depends on how effectively resources are used, not just the size of the budget. Strategic focus and execution are key. Some believe that innovation is just a matter of luck or favorable circumstances. In reality, successful innovation is usually the result of deliberate effort, planning, and persistence. Companies that systematically pursue innovation are more likely to achieve lasting results. Innovation is a systematic way to gain a competitive edge. By introducing new products, services, or processes, companies can temporarily outpace their rivals. This advantage, known as monopoly profit, drives ongoing efforts to innovate and stay ahead. When competitors imitate a successful innovation, it pushes the original innovator to keep moving forward. This cycle of innovation and imitation ensures that industries never stand still. Companies must continuously seek new ways to differentiate themselves. Innovation isn't just about new products, it's about changing the rules of the game. By redefining how industries operate, companies can create entirely new markets and opportunities. This approach requires vision, creativity, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. Technology is a major driver of innovation. New tools, platforms, and processes enable companies to develop better products and services. Staying up to date with technological advances is essential for maintaining a competitive edge and responding to changing customer needs. Innovative organizations foster a culture that encourages creativity, experimentation, and learning. They support collaboration across departments and with external partners. By removing barriers to innovation and rewarding new ideas, companies can create an environment where innovation thrives. Successful innovative organizations operate on key principles: openness to new ideas, willingness to take calculated risks, and a focus on continuous improvement. They empower employees to contribute and learn from failures, turning setbacks into opportunities for growth. Despite the benefits, many organizations face barriers to innovation. These can include resistance to change, lack of resources, or rigid structures. Overcoming these obstacles requires strong leadership, clear communication, and a commitment to fostering an innovative culture. Cross-functional teams bring together diverse skills and perspectives, leading to more creative solutions. By encouraging collaboration between departments, companies can break down silos and accelerate the innovation process. Failure is an inevitable part of innovation. The most successful companies learn from their mistakes and use setbacks as opportunities to improve. By creating a safe environment for experimentation, organizations can encourage risk-taking and drive continuous progress. Innovation is a journey, not a destination. By embracing open innovation, integrating IP management, and fostering a culture of creativity, companies can thrive in a rapidly changing world. The future belongs to those who are willing to collaborate, adapt, and continuously seek new ways to create value. Let's keep pushing the boundaries and shaping the future together. Welcome. Today, we're diving into the world of innovative entrepreneurship. At its core, innovative entrepreneurship is all about using new ideas and creative thinking to drive business success. It's not just about having a great product or service, but about how organizations harness innovation to stay ahead. This approach is a purposeful expression of entrepreneurial thinking by company leadership, aiming to create value and maintain a competitive edge. Throughout this video, we'll explore what makes innovative businesses thrive, the key factors for success, and how companies can build a culture that supports ongoing innovation. Let's start by understanding the essential building blocks of innovative entrepreneurship. Succeed in innovative entrepreneurship, several key elements must come together. These include choosing the right business model, having motivated and creative employees, fostering a supportive company culture, and implementing effective motivation systems. The leadership style and optimal organizational structure also play crucial roles. Each of these factors contributes to a company's ability to innovate and adapt in a rapidly changing environment. In the following scenes, we'll break down each determinant and see how they interact to create a thriving innovative business. Choice of a suitable business model is foundational for innovative entrepreneurship. A business model defines how a company creates, delivers, and captures value. Innovative firms often experiment with new models to find the best fit for their products, markets, and customer needs. This flexibility allows them to respond quickly to changes and seize new opportunities. Whether it's a subscription service, a platform approach, or a hybrid model, the right choice can set a company apart from its competitors and drive long-term growth. Key part of innovative entrepreneurship is identifying and leveraging sources of competitive advantage. These might include unique technologies, superior customer service, or a strong brand. The ability to choose and develop these generators is what keeps a company ahead of the curve. By continuously evaluating and refining their competitive advantages, innovative businesses can maintain relevance and outperform rivals in the marketplace. Innovative company pays close attention to its product portfolio. This means carefully selecting and managing the mix of products or services it offers. A well-balanced portfolio helps spread risk, meet diverse customer needs, and capitalize on emerging trends. Companies that regularly review and adjust their offerings are better positioned to innovate and respond to market changes. Setting the right price is both an art and a science in innovative entrepreneurship. Pricing strategies must reflect the value provided, market conditions, and customer expectations. Innovative companies often experiment with different pricing models, such as dynamic pricing or value-based pricing, to find what works best. The goal is to maximize revenue while remaining attractive to target customers. Innovative businesses succeed by clearly identifying and serving their target customer segments. This involves understanding the unique needs, preferences, and behaviors of different groups. By tailoring products, services, and marketing efforts to specific segments, companies can build stronger relationships and create more value for their customers. Choosing the right distribution channels is crucial for getting innovative products to market efficiently. Companies must decide whether to use direct sales, online platforms, retail partners, or a combination. Each channel has its own advantages and challenges, and the best choice depends on the company's goals and customer preferences. Effective distribution ensures that innovations reach the right people at the right time. Promotion is about making sure customers know about your innovations. Innovative companies use a mix of traditional and digital marketing strategies to reach their audience. This might include social media campaigns, influencer partnerships, or creative advertising. The key is to communicate the unique value of your products and build excitement in the market. Employees are at the heart of any innovative business. Success depends on having creative, curious, passionate, and resilient people. These individuals are not afraid to take risks, learn from failure, and push boundaries. Companies that encourage and support such traits in their workforce are more likely to generate breakthrough ideas and drive innovation forward. Company's culture can make or break its ability to innovate. The most successful organizations foster an open culture that encourages sharing knowledge and experiences. They tolerate failure within reasonable limits, understanding that most ideas may not succeed. Respect rather than rigid roles forms the foundation of these cultures. This environment empowers employees to experiment, collaborate, and learn from each other. Motivation is key to sustaining innovation. Effective systems connect with employees' intrinsic motivations, often aligning with the higher levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, such as self-actualization. By recognizing achievements, providing growth opportunities, and fostering a sense of purpose, companies can inspire their teams to go above and beyond in pursuit of innovation. Leadership style is a critical factor in innovative entrepreneurship. The best leaders balance a focus on results with attention to people. According to management theory, there are 5 main styles, but the team-oriented approach is often seen as ideal. This style encourages collaboration, open communication, and shared decision-making. However, other styles like consultative or even authoritative can be effective in certain situations. The key is to adapt leadership to the needs of the team and the challenges at hand. Team-oriented leadership style, often referred to as the 99 style, is widely regarded as the most effective for fostering innovation. Leaders who adopt this approach prioritize both achieving results and supporting their people. They create an environment where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute ideas. This collaborative atmosphere leads to higher engagement, better problem-solving, and more successful innovation outcomes. While team-oriented leadership is often ideal, other styles also play a role. The consultative style involves two-way communication, considering employees' opinions but making final decisions individually. A participative style encourages even more involvement from team members. On the other hand, the authoritative style relies on direct commands and less trust, sometimes called management by fear. Surprisingly, even this approach can yield results in certain situations. The best leaders know when to use each style for maximum impact. Structure of an organization greatly influences its ability to innovate. Creative and talented employees often dislike rigid and flexible structures that create barriers to sharing knowledge. Instead, innovative companies adopt flexible arrangements, such as process-based, networked, amoeba, or virtual structures. These models reduce barriers, encourage collaboration, and make it easier for new ideas to flow across the organization. Companies face a dilemma when managing innovation. Should they take a process-based or functional approach? In the process model, innovation is treated as a cross-functional activity involving various departments and guided by clear metrics and ownership. In the functional model, innovation is the responsibility of specific departments. Each approach has its strengths, and the best choice depends on the company's goals and culture. In a process-based approach, innovation is integrated into the company's overall process map. It has a designated owner, clear metrics, and continuous improvement. Innovation becomes a cross-cutting activity, with different organizational units contributing to the process. This approach ensures that innovation is systematic and aligned with the company's strategic goals. The functional approach, innovation ideas are typically handled by individual departments. The responsibility for successful implementation rests with the relevant functional unit. This model can be effective when specialized knowledge is required, but it may limit cross-departmental collaboration. Companies must weigh the benefits and drawbacks when choosing between process and functional models. Innovative organization is one that builds its competitive advantage on innovation. It's not just about having new ideas, but about implementing them effectively. Such companies are always looking for ways to improve, adapt, and stay ahead of the competition. They create an environment where innovation is part of the company's DNA, driving growth and long-term success. Innovative firm is defined by its actions. It's a company that has implemented at least one innovation within a given period. This could be a new product, process, or business model. The willingness to experiment and embrace change is what sets these firms apart. By making innovation a regular part of their operations, they ensure ongoing relevance and success. Creating an innovative organization often involves a period of disruption. Innovation is a creative, sometimes destructive process that can trigger resistance within the company. However, by embracing change and encouraging adaptability, organizations can make innovation easier and more effective. Over time, these efforts lead to smoother processes and a stronger competitive position. According to Gilbraith, innovative organizations are built on several key factors: structure, processes, rewards, and employees. Coordinating both operational and innovative aspects of the business is essential, and this is where strong leadership comes in. By aligning these factors, companies can create an environment where innovation thrives. Balancing day-to-day operations with innovation is a challenge for many organizations. Leadership plays a crucial role in ensuring that both areas are coordinated effectively. This means setting clear priorities, allocating resources wisely, and fostering communication between teams. When done well, this balance allows companies to maintain stability while pursuing new opportunities. Innovation is rarely the result of a single individual. Instead, it's a team effort that brings together people with different skills and perspectives. Roles like idea champions, sponsors, and leaders all play a part in moving innovations forward. By connecting individuals across the organization, companies can harness a wider range of ideas and expertise. Idea champions are employees who are closely connected to problems and challenges within the company. Often, these are new or peripheral staff members who bring fresh perspectives. Because they have little to lose, they're more willing to present bold ideas to multiple sponsors. This dynamic creates a marketplace of ideas, where the best innovations can find support and move forward. Sponsors are individuals with the authority, resources, and credibility to push ideas forward. They help transform promising concepts into advanced stages, supporting idea champions and selecting innovations with the highest chance of success. Sponsors play a vital role in bridging the gap between creative ideas and practical implementation. Sometimes, sponsors come from outside the company's management structure. These external sponsors can help save valuable ideas that might otherwise be overlooked. By providing an outside perspective and additional resources, they can ensure that innovative concepts get the attention and support they deserve. Leaders are responsible for ensuring that innovation happens in the first place. They must do the right things, guide the innovation journey, and ensure successful market entry. Leadership is about more than just managing. It's about inspiring, enabling, and sustaining innovation throughout the organization. Introducing a new business model often means breaking free from old rules and habits. Leaders must manage the conflicts that arise and ensure a smooth transfer of innovations from the creative side to daily operations. This process usually happens in stages, with gradual participation from different parts of the organization. Innovation can start from many different sources. Sometimes the impulse comes from outside the company, such as customer demands or market trends. Other times it's driven internally by research, development, or the expiration of a patent. Often these sources combine and reinforce each other, making it hard to separate them completely. Innovation sources are often described as push or pull. Push comes from within the company, like new technologies or internal motivation. Pull comes from outside, such as customer needs or market gaps. In reality, these forces often work together, strengthening and complementing each other to drive innovation. Let's look at a practical example. When a product's patent protection ends, this is a push factor for innovation. The company needs to find new ways to stay competitive. At the same time, customers may demand the product at a lower, non-exclusive price, creating a pull factor. Together, these forces drive the company to innovate and adapt. Linear model of innovation starts with a push, developing a new idea with the goal of selling it. The process moves from discovery to innovation and finally to market diffusion. While this model is straightforward, it's often criticized for not capturing the complex, multi-layered nature of real-world innovation processes. Although the linear model is easy to understand, it doesn't reflect the reality of most innovation journeys. Real innovation is rarely a straight line. It involves feedback loops, unexpected challenges, and the need to adapt along the way. That's why many companies now use more flexible, iterative approaches to managing innovation. User innovation is a powerful pull force. Here, the person who creates the innovation does so for their own use because existing products don't meet their needs. According to researcher Eric von Hippel, this type of innovation is often the most important and impactful as it directly addresses real-world problems. Stakeholders, such as the state, owners, and customers, often drive innovation by expressing new demands or requirements. These pull factors can prompt companies to develop new products, improve processes, or adopt new business models. Listening to stakeholders is essential for staying relevant and competitive. Internal motivation is another important source of innovation. This includes results from previous research and development, the expiration of patents, and the use of analogies or similarities. Economic and safety reasons can also push companies to innovate. By tapping into these internal drivers, companies can stay ahead of the curve. In practice, push and pull factors often work together. For example, a company might develop a new technology push while also responding to customer feedback pull. This combination creates a dynamic environment where innovation can flourish, as companies are motivated by both internal ambitions and external demands. Innovation is often a disruptive force, leading to what's known as creative destruction. This process can unsettle existing structures and trigger resistance, but it's also necessary for progress. By embracing creative destruction, companies can reinvent themselves and open up new opportunities for growth. When innovation disrupts the status quo, it often triggers an immune response within the company. Employees may resist change, fearing the unknown or loss of stability. Successful organizations address these concerns by communicating openly, involving employees in the process, and providing support during transitions. Innovative organizations make it easier for new ideas to move from concept to implementation. This involves streamlining processes, reducing barriers, and encouraging cross-functional collaboration. By making innovation part of everyday operations, companies can respond quickly to opportunities and challenges. Leadership is essential for guiding innovation through its various stages. This often involves gradual participation from different parts of the organization, ensuring that everyone is on board and understands their role. By fostering a sense of ownership and involvement, leaders can drive successful innovation from idea to market. Innovation is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process of continuous improvement. Companies that embrace this mindset are always looking for ways to get better, whether through small tweaks or major breakthroughs. By making innovation a habit, organizations can stay ahead of the competition and achieve lasting success. Wrap up: innovative entrepreneurship is about more than just new ideas. It's about building the right environment, culture, and systems to turn those ideas into reality. By focusing on key success factors, embracing change, and fostering collaboration, companies can unlock their full innovative potential. Remember, innovation is a journey, not a destination. Keep exploring, adapting, and growing. Innovation often emerges from unexpected places. Sometimes a discovery intended for one purpose finds its true value in a completely different segment. This is the case with accidental innovations, where a product or idea is repurposed to solve a new problem. A classic example is the creation of 3M's Post-it notes. Originally, the team was developing a new adhesive, but the result was a removable sticky note that revolutionized office supply. These stories remind us that innovation is not always a straight path and that flexibility and openness to new possibilities are essential for progress. Peter Drucker, a renowned management thinker, identified 7 key sources of innovation. These include unexpected events such as surprising successes or failures and discrepancies between reality and expectations. Innovations can also arise from process needs, shifts in industry or market structure, demographic changes, changes in perception or mood, and newly acquired knowledge. Recognizing these sources helps organizations stay alert to opportunities and adapt quickly to changing circumstances, ensuring that innovation becomes a continuous and strategic part of their operations. One of Drucker's sources of innovation is the unexpected event. This could be a sudden success that opens new doors or a failure that reveals hidden opportunities. For example, a product that fails in its intended market might find enthusiastic adoption elsewhere. Organizations that pay close attention to these surprises can pivot quickly, turning setbacks into breakthroughs. By analyzing both successes and failures, companies can uncover valuable insights that drive future innovation. Discrepancies between what is and what is expected can be powerful triggers for innovation. When reality doesn't match assumptions, it signals a gap that can be filled with new solutions. For instance, if customers use a product differently than intended, this discrepancy can inspire improvements or entirely new offerings. By staying attuned to these gaps, organizations can proactively address unmet needs and stay ahead of the competition. Innovation often stems from the need to improve or adapt processes. When a workflow becomes outdated or inefficient, it creates an opportunity for creative problem solving. Organizations that encourage employees to question existing processes and suggest improvements foster a culture of continuous innovation. This proactive approach not only boosts efficiency, but also empowers teams to take ownership of change. Shifts in industry structure or market dynamics can create fertile ground for innovation. Whether it's new regulations, emerging competitors, or evolving customer preferences, these changes force organizations to adapt. Those who anticipate and respond to these shifts are better positioned to seize new opportunities and maintain a competitive edge. Staying informed and agile is crucial in today's fast-paced business environment. Demographic changes, such as aging populations or shifts in workforce composition, can significantly impact innovation. Organizations that recognize and respond to these trends can develop products and services tailored to new market segments. By understanding the evolving needs of their customers and employees, companies can create solutions that resonate and drive growth. Societal attitudes and perceptions are constantly evolving. Changes in how people view the world, their moods, and what they value can open up new avenues for innovation. Companies that stay in tune with these shifts can develop offerings that align with emerging values and lifestyles, ensuring their relevance in a changing world. Acquisition of new knowledge, whether through research, technology, or experience, is a powerful driver of innovation. Organizations that invest in learning and development are better equipped to generate fresh ideas and implement cutting-edge solutions. By fostering a culture of curiosity and continuous improvement, companies can stay ahead of the curve. Despite best efforts, innovation processes can fail. According to O'Sullivan, common causes include poor leadership, weak organization, ineffective communication, low responsiveness, and inadequate management of expert systems. External factors like legislation, ecological concerns, monopolies, resource availability, culture, and politics can also play a role. Recognizing these pitfalls is the first step toward building a more resilient innovation system. There are 10 major barriers or innovation killers that can stifle progress. These include a lack of supportive company culture, insufficient managerial engagement, poorly understood processes, inadequate resource allocation, and weak alignment with company strategy. Overcoming these barriers requires deliberate effort and commitment from all levels of the organization. Company's culture plays a critical role in fostering innovation. Without an environment that encourages risk-taking and experimentation, employees may be reluctant to propose new ideas. Building a culture that values creativity and learning from failure is essential for sustained innovation. Leaders must set the tone by celebrating successes and learning from setbacks. Innovation thrives when managers are personally invested and take ownership of the process. Without their active involvement, innovation initiatives may lack direction and momentum. Managers should be held accountable for fostering innovation within their teams and ensuring that new ideas are nurtured and developed. A well-defined innovation process is crucial for success. When processes are unclear or poorly communicated, confusion and inefficiency can result. Documenting the innovation process and ensuring everyone understands their role helps streamline efforts and increases the likelihood of successful outcomes. Innovation requires resources including time, money, and people. Without proper allocation, even the best ideas may never get off the ground. Organizations must ensure that innovation projects are adequately funded and staffed, and that resources are distributed in alignment with strategic priorities. For innovation to be effective, it must be aligned with the organization's overall strategy. Projects that are disconnected from strategic goals risk wasting resources and missing out on synergies. Ensuring that innovation efforts support the company's mission and vision is key to maximizing impact. Successful innovation requires a significant investment of time and energy, especially in the early stages. The fuzzy front end, the period between identifying an opportunity and preparing for structured development, demands careful attention. Organizations must dedicate enough resources to explore ideas thoroughly before moving forward. Diversity of thought, experience, and expertise is a powerful driver of innovation. Teams that bring together different perspectives are more likely to generate creative solutions. Encouraging diversity in all innovation activities helps organizations adapt to changing environments and better serve a wide range of customers. Establishing clear criteria and metrics for innovation is essential, but overly restrictive rules can stifle creativity. It's important to strike a balance, set guidelines that encourage idea generation without limiting exploration. Regularly reviewing and updating criteria ensures they remain relevant and supportive of innovation goals. Innovation teams require specialized training and coaching to succeed. Unlike standard project teams, innovation groups need unique tools and approaches. Providing ongoing development opportunities ensures that team members have the skills and confidence to tackle complex challenges and drive meaningful change. Managing ideas effectively is crucial for innovation. Implementing an idea management system helps organizations capture, evaluate, and develop new opportunities. These systems encourage employees to contribute ideas and provide a structured way to assess and prioritize them, ensuring that the best concepts move forward. Innovation efforts can falter for many reasons. Common issues include unclear or ambiguous goals, poor alignment between actions and objectives, lack of employee engagement, weak monitoring of results, and insufficient communication. Addressing these challenges requires strong leadership and a commitment to continuous improvement. First practical step to ensuring a functional innovation process is to eliminate fear within the organization. Innovation always involves creating something new, which carries the risk of failure. If people are afraid to fail, they won't innovate. Leaders must create a safe environment where experimentation is encouraged and mistakes are seen as learning opportunities. Incorporate innovation into personal performance evaluations. Ask employees what they plan to innovate in the coming year and track their progress. This approach ensures that everyone is invested in the innovation process and recognizes their role in driving change. Clearly document the innovation process and ensure that everyone understands it. When employees know how the process works and what their role is, they are more likely to participate actively and contribute valuable ideas. Transparency and clarity are key to building trust and engagement. Introduce a healthy level of flexibility into the system, allowing people to explore new possibilities and collaborate both inside and outside the organization. This openness fosters creativity and helps teams discover innovative solutions that might otherwise be overlooked. Make sure everyone understands the company's strategy and that all innovation efforts are linked to it. At the same time, create a process for managing ideas that don't fit the current strategy but are too valuable to discard. This dual approach ensures alignment while preserving promising opportunities. Teach employees to continuously monitor the environment for new trends, technologies, and changes in customer thinking. Staying alert to external developments helps organizations anticipate shifts and adapt their innovation strategies accordingly. Emphasize the importance of diverse thinking styles, experiences, and expertise. Expect diversity in all innovation-related activities as it leads to richer ideas and more robust solutions. Organizations that embrace diversity are better equipped to navigate complex challenges. Develop criteria that support idea generation without being overly restrictive. Excessively narrow criteria can freeze creativity and reinforce outdated assumptions. Dedicate time to preliminary market development and focus on parameters that drive future success. Innovation teams differ from regular project teams and require unique tools and approaches. Provide sufficient training and coaching so that team members can succeed in their roles. Well-prepared teams are more likely to deliver breakthrough results. Invest in or develop an idea management system that captures ideas in a way that encourages people to create and evaluate new opportunities. Such systems help organizations harness the collective creativity of their workforce and ensure that promising ideas are not lost. Innovation has three interconnected components: inputs, processes, and outputs. Inputs include resources like people and money. Measuring these inputs is crucial for understanding the foundation of your innovation efforts. Track allocated financial resources such as company funds, loans, grants, and capital, as well as the number and quality of people involved in innovation activities. Ideas are the fuel for innovation. It's important to measure the number of ideas generated and the expected gains from them. Many companies believe they lack ideas, but often the issue is not measuring or managing them effectively. By tracking idea generation and expected outcomes, organizations can identify gaps and take action to address them. Track annual investments in research and development (R&D). Knowing how much your organization spends on acquiring external R&D results helps assess the commitment to innovation. This metric also provides insight into the potential for developing new products and processes. It's important to measure the resources consumed by individual projects and their averages. The process must be both effective and efficient. Most companies start by measuring efficiency, but it's essential to go further and assess the effectiveness of innovation processes to ensure they deliver real value. Track the number of ideas that move from one phase of the process to the next. This helps organizations understand how their innovation pipeline functions and where bottlenecks may occur. Regularly reviewing idea progression ensures that promising concepts are not stalled or lost. Count the number of new products introduced to the market. While this isn't a direct financial output, it's a key indicator of innovation activity. Tracking product launches helps organizations understand the end results of their innovation efforts and adjust strategies as needed. Measure the increase in revenue and profit resulting from innovation. Whether it's a product, process, or marketing innovation, the goal is to positively influence the bottom line. Monitoring financial outcomes ensures that innovation efforts are delivering tangible business value. Return on investment (ROI) is a critical metric for innovation activities. It answers the question, are the costs of innovation justified by the returns? Calculating ROI helps organizations decide how much to invest in future innovation projects and ensures that resources are used wisely. Not all innovation outcomes are financial. It's important to track non-financial outputs such as the number of patents, trademarks, publications, and acquired knowledge. These indicators reflect the depth of change and the organization's ability to generate valuable intellectual property. Some of the most widely used innovation metrics include the percentage of annual revenue from new products launched in the last few years and R&D spending. These metrics help organizations benchmark their innovation performance and identify areas for improvement. Patent creation is often seen as a sign of innovation strength, but it's not the only measure. Some companies file many patents while others protect their innovations as trade secrets. The key is to focus on patents that deliver significant value rather than simply increasing the number of filings. Traditional financial indicators have limited value when assessing innovation. It's essential to complement financial metrics with non-financial ones that capture the depth and progressiveness of innovation. These broader measures help organizations evaluate their ability to implement innovations and realize their market potential. In summary, successful innovation requires a holistic approach. Organizations must recognize and overcome barriers, measure both financial and non-financial outcomes, and foster a culture that encourages creativity and risk-taking. By following best practices and continuously refining their processes, companies can unlock the full potential of innovation and secure a competitive advantage for the future. Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of innovation and its financing. Innovation drives progress, but not all innovations are created equal. Some are incremental, making small improvements, while others are radical, changing the game entirely. Understanding these differences is key to grasping how businesses grow and how they secure the funds needed to bring new ideas to life. Throughout this video, we'll explore the types of innovation, how they're financed, and why maximizing shareholder value is at the heart of it all. Let's start by looking at what innovation really means in a business context. Incremental innovation is all about making improvements along the same path. Imagine a product that goes through its life cycle, growth, maturity, and decline. With incremental innovation, the core character of the product, the target market, and the business model remain the same. Over time, though, the returns on investment start to decrease. Companies keep refining what already works, but eventually they need something more to keep growing. This approach is common in industries where stability and gradual progress are valued. Radical innovation is a leap to a new S-curve. This means shifting to completely new technology or approach, often resulting in high returns once the new technology becomes dominant. The product's character may change significantly, and sometimes a new business model is required. Radical innovations can disrupt entire industries, forcing companies to adapt or risk falling behind. In practice, incremental and radical innovations often complement each other, creating a dynamic environment for growth. Financing innovation, especially breakthrough ideas, is crucial for turning concepts into reality. Most commonly, innovation is funded through special funds or budgets managed by company leaders. Sometimes seed capital is used to support early-stage development. These funds are separate from regular operating budgets and are designed to stimulate creative thinking. The recipients of these funds often become future sponsors, helping to drive the company's innovation agenda forward. Innovative organizations, champions, play a vital role. They have the opportunity to present their ideas to multiple sponsors. If their project doesn't gain traction within their own division, they can approach managers from other divisions, central R&D, or even internal venture capital sources. Champions are persistent and resourceful, seeking support wherever they can find it to bring their ideas to life. Alternative approach to funding innovation is the internal idea fair. Here, champions offer their ideas at booths to potential sponsors who voluntarily decide which projects to support. This creates a marketplace of ideas within the company, encouraging open collaboration and allowing the best ideas to find the resources they need. It's a dynamic way to match creative minds with willing sponsors. Sometimes, internal support isn't enough. In these cases, innovators can turn to external sponsors who operate outside the company's management structure. These might include internal venture sources or other investors. This approach helps save valuable ideas that might otherwise be overlooked, ensuring that innovation continues to thrive even when internal resources are limited. The primary goal of any business is to maximize shareholder value. With globalization, the importance of international investors has grown, increasing the pressure on companies to deliver value. This focus has led to the development of new performance indicators, such as MVA and EVA, which help measure how well a company is creating value for its shareholders. VA, or market value added, is a key indicator that measures the difference between a company's market value and its invested capital. In simple terms, it shows how much value managers have created or destroyed for shareholders. If MVA is positive, managers are doing well. If it's negative, they're reducing the value of investments. MVA is especially useful for tracking changes in value year over year, but it's mainly applicable to companies whose shares are traded on the stock market. Calculate MVA, you subtract the invested capital from the market value of the company. The formula is straightforward. MVA equals the market value minus the business capital. For shareholders, this means looking at the difference between what they could get by selling their shares and bonds and what they originally invested. A positive MVA signals effective management, while a negative one is a red flag. One limitation of MVA is that it can only be determined for companies whose shares are publicly traded. This means private companies or those not listed on a stock exchange can't use MVA as a performance measure. Despite this, MVA remains a valuable tool for assessing how well a company is increasing shareholder value over time. TSR, or total shareholder return, is another important metric. Unlike MVA, TSR takes into account not only the change in share price but also the dividends paid out over a period. This gives a more complete picture of the returns shareholders receive from owning a company's stock. TSR is especially useful for investors who want to understand the full value of their investment. To calculate TSR, you start with the difference between the selling and purchase price of shares, multiply by the number of shares, and add the sum of dividends received during the period. This comprehensive approach ensures that all sources of shareholder value are considered, making TSR a preferred metric for many investors. VA, or economic value added, is another crucial indicator. It measures the difference between a company's net operating profit after taxes and NOPAT and the cost of capital. In other words, EVA shows whether a company is generating enough profit to cover the cost of the capital it uses. If EVA is positive, the company is creating value. If negative, it's destroying value. Formula for EVA is straightforward. EVA equals EBIT times 1 minus the tax rate, minus the capital invested times the weighted average cost of capital, WACC. Alternatively, it can be expressed as NOPAT minus capital times WACC. This ensures that only profits above the cost of capital count as value creation. NOPAT stands for net operating profit after taxes, representing the company's profit after all operating expenses and taxes. WACC, or weighted average cost of capital, reflects the average rate a company pays for its capital, both debt and equity. Together, these metrics help determine if a company is truly generating economic value. In practice, companies strive to ensure their operating profit after taxes exceeds the cost of capital. This is the essence of value creation. By focusing on EVA, businesses can align their strategies with the goal of maximizing shareholder value, ensuring long-term growth and sustainability. Financing innovation can come from various sources. Internal sources include basic capital, retained earnings from previous years, capital fund contributions, and share issues. These funds are generated within the company and provide a stable base for innovation projects. Capital funds from profits and share premiums, meaning the difference between the nominal and market price of shares, are also important internal sources. Depreciation, or the allocation of asset costs over time, can free up additional resources for innovation. These mechanisms help companies self-finance their development. External sources of financing include bank loans, which can be long-term, revolving, overdraft, discount, or syndicated. Intercompany loans, especially among related firms, and supplier credits, interest-free loans provided by suppliers, are also common. These external funds help companies access larger pools of capital for ambitious innovation projects. Other liabilities, such as unpaid taxes, employee wage documentation, and advances received from customers, can also serve as short-term financing sources. Additionally, reserves, bond issues, gifts, and grants provide further options. Each source comes with its own risks and benefits, requiring careful management. For each stage of an innovative company's development, a different type of financing is optimal. Early-stage projects may rely on riskier sources, while more mature projects can access traditional financing. The willingness of financiers to accept risk is a key factor in choosing the right funding method. Different financing providers operate with varying levels of risk tolerance. Some are willing to take big risks for potentially high rewards, while others prefer safer, more predictable investments. Understanding these differences helps companies target the right investors for their innovation projects. In the earliest stages, many startups rely on the so-called FFF, family, friends, and fools. These are people who invest out of enthusiasm or personal connection, often using their own savings. While this funding is accessible, it's also very risky, as these investors may not have the expertise or resources of professional financiers. Crowdfunding has become a popular way to finance innovation, especially for startups. By launching campaigns on platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, entrepreneurs can raise funds from a broad public audience. In return, supporters might receive early access, special rewards, or simply the satisfaction of helping a new idea come to life. Business angels are wealthy individuals who invest their own capital in exchange for a share of the company. They often bring valuable experience and networks, helping startups grow beyond the initial stages. Angels may invest alone or as part of a syndicate, and their involvement can be a game changer for young companies. Venture capital is a form of financing provided to high-risk, high-potential projects. Venture capitalists invest in exchange for equity, hoping for significant returns if the company succeeds. This type of funding is crucial for startups aiming to scale rapidly and disrupt markets. Private equity is similar to venture capital but typically targets smaller, non-listed companies. Private equity investors often acquire a majority stake and work to improve the company's value before selling it to a strategic investor. This hands-on approach can lead to significant growth and transformation. Capital funds typically stay involved with a company for a set period, working to increase its value before selling to a strategic investor. This process helps companies access the expertise and resources needed to reach the next level, while investors benefit from the eventual sale. Buyouts involve purchasing a company's ownership stake, either with internal resources management buyout (MBO) or external funds leveraged buyout (LBO). In an LBO, management teams up with private equity firms to acquire the company, often using borrowed money. Buyouts can lead to major changes in company direction and performance. In a management buyout, the existing management team purchases the company, usually with their own funds or by raising capital. This gives managers greater control and aligns their interests with the company's success. MBOs are common when owners want to exit but keep the business in familiar hands. A leveraged buyout involves acquiring a company using a significant amount of borrowed money. Management partners with private equity firms, leveraging the company's assets as collateral. LBOs can be risky but offer the potential for high returns if the company's value increases after the buyout. Selecting the best financing method depends on the company's stage of development, risk profile, and growth ambitions. Early-stage startups might rely on FFF or crowdfunding, while mature firms can access bank loans or private equity. The key is to match the funding source to the company's needs and the investor's risk tolerance. Every financing option comes with its own balance of risk and reward. High-risk sources like venture capital can offer big returns but also come with greater uncertainty. More traditional sources like bank loans are safer but may limit growth potential. Companies must carefully weigh their options to ensure sustainable innovation. Management plays a critical role in securing and allocating funds for innovation. Their decisions impact not only the company's ability to innovate but also its long-term value. Effective managers balance short-term needs with long-term goals, ensuring that resources are used wisely. For innovation to succeed, it must align with the company's overall strategy. This means choosing projects that support long-term goals and fit within the available resources. Strategic alignment ensures that innovation efforts contribute to sustainable growth and shareholder value. Success in innovation isn't just about launching new products, it's about creating value. Metrics like MVA, EVA, and TSR help companies track their progress and make informed decisions. By focusing on these indicators, businesses can ensure their innovation efforts are truly paying off. With globalization, companies face increasing pressure from international investors. These investors expect strong returns and hold companies accountable for delivering value. As a result, businesses must be more transparent and strategic in their innovation and financing decisions. The business landscape is constantly evolving. Companies that adapt quickly to new technologies and market trends are more likely to succeed. This requires a flexible approach to innovation and financing, as well as a willingness to take calculated risks. Collaboration is essential for successful innovation. By working together, across teams, divisions, and even with external partners, companies can pool resources, share knowledge, and accelerate progress. Open communication and trust are the foundations of effective collaboration. Securing funding for innovation isn't always easy. Companies must navigate complex financial markets, meet investor expectations, and manage risks. By understanding the available options and building strong relationships with investors, businesses can overcome these challenges and keep innovating. Innovation is an ongoing process. Companies must continually seek new ideas, test them, and refine their approaches. By fostering a culture of continuous improvement, businesses can stay ahead of the competition and deliver lasting value. Not every innovation will succeed, and that's okay. Failure is a natural part of the process. The key is to learn from mistakes, adapt quickly, and keep moving forward. Resilience and a willingness to experiment are essential traits for innovative companies. The future of innovation financing is likely to see even more diversity, with new platforms, digital currencies, and global networks playing a bigger role. Companies that stay informed and agile will be best positioned to take advantage of these emerging opportunities. Sum up, innovation and its financing are at the heart of business growth and shareholder value. By understanding the different types of innovation, the various financing options, and the importance of value creation, companies can chart a path to long-term success. Remember, the journey of innovation is ongoing. Stay curious, stay bold, and keep striving for excellence. Welcome. Today we're diving into the world of business financing and innovation. Whether you're a startup founder, a manager at a growing company, or simply curious about how businesses fuel their growth, understanding the many ways to finance innovation is crucial. We'll explore traditional and modern funding methods, from loans to venture capital, and see how each approach shapes the future of companies. Let's start by looking at the basics of business financing and why it matters for innovation. One of the most common ways companies fund their growth is through debt financing. This means borrowing money, often from banks or other financial institutions, with the promise to pay it back with interest. Debt can be structured in various ways, including senior and subordinated loans. Banks are often willing to finance leveraged buyouts or LBOs, but usually at higher interest rates due to the increased risk. Debt financing can be a powerful tool, but it also comes with obligations and risks that companies must carefully consider. Leveraged buyouts, or LBOs, are a popular strategy where a company is purchased using a significant amount of borrowed money. The transaction is often executed through a special purpose vehicle, or SPV, company created solely for this purpose. After the acquisition, the SPV typically merges with the target company. The fascinating part, with LBOs, it's theoretically possible to buy a company with very little of your own money, leveraging debt to make the purchase happen. Seed capital is the initial funding used to start a new business or develop a new idea. Often provided as part of government programs supporting entrepreneurship and innovation, seed capital is crucial for the birth of new companies. The main goal is to support investments in risky ventures, targeting the creation of new firms, the development of startups, and the expansion of already successful businesses. Typically, this support comes in the form of equity investment into the company's basic capital. Mezzanine financing is a hybrid form of funding, often used when a company wants to expand but traditional bank loans are too risky. It combines elements of debt and equity, allowing lenders to convert debt into ownership if the loan isn't repaid. This type of financing is usually subordinated to other loans, meaning it's riskier for the lender. As a result, investors expect higher returns, typically between 20% and 30%. Mezzanine financing offers quick, unsecured funds for companies ready to grow. Peer-to-peer or P2P lending platforms are revolutionizing business financing. These online marketplaces connect companies seeking loans with investors looking to lend money, all without involving banks. P2P lending is especially popular among small and medium-sized enterprises, offering a streamlined process through internet portals. This model provides businesses with easier access to capital and gives investors new opportunities to earn returns, making it a win-win for both sides. Initial public offering, or IPO, is when a company lists its shares on a stock exchange for the first time. This move is usually reserved for established and successful firms looking to raise significant capital. The process involves issuing shares with the help of investment bankers, but it comes with high costs and can take a lot of time. Companies like Twitter and Facebook have famously gone public, using IPOs to fuel their next stage of growth. Bank loans and related products remain the most common form of business financing. Companies can choose between fixed or variable fees and interest rates depending on their needs. These loans are often used for investment or operational purposes. The main advantage is their accessibility. Banks are widely available and offer a range of products. However, there are also downsides, such as the need for collateral and strict checks on the company's financial health. Getting a bank loan isn't always easy. Companies must provide legal documentation, annual financial statements, business results, and details about the purpose of the loan. Banks also require basic company information, a business plan, proof of no outstanding debts, and strategic financial plans. In addition, they often ask for collateral and references. These requirements ensure that only financially stable businesses receive funding, but they can be a barrier for some companies. Purpose-driven financing is funding provided for a specific pre-approved purpose. This can include grants from government agencies, structural funds from the EU, or other targeted programs. Such financing is often used for research, development, or innovation projects. The main advantage is that it supports activities that might not attract traditional investors, helping companies pursue long-term goals and societal benefit. Institutional financing is designed to cover the expenses of specific research institutions and their activities. The goal is to support the long-term development of research organizations, ensuring they have the resources needed to innovate and grow. This type of funding is often provided by governments or large organizations, and it plays a key role in advancing science and technology. Financing innovation, it's important to understand the economics behind it. Companies need to measure the return on investment, ROI, for new ideas, calculate how long it will take to recoup their investment, and assess the impact of innovation on the company's value. This includes looking at metrics like economic value added, EVA, and preparing detailed budgets. These insights help companies make informed decisions and attract potential investors. For applying for a loan, companies must gather a range of information. This includes financial statements, business plans, and details about the project they want to finance. Banks also look for proof of no outstanding debts, strategic financial plans, and references. Preparing these documents thoroughly increases the chances of securing funding and demonstrates the company's professionalism to lenders. Innovative projects can have a significant effect on a company's share value. Investors closely watch how new products, services, or technologies influence the company's market position and profitability. A successful innovation can boost share prices, attract more investors, and increase the overall value of the business. That's why companies carefully evaluate the risks and rewards of each financing approach before moving forward. Selecting the best financing method depends on the company's goals, risk tolerance, and stage of development. Some approaches like bank loans are more suitable for established businesses, while others like seed capital or P2P lending are ideal for startups and small companies. Assessing the risks and benefits of each option helps companies make informed decisions and maximize their chances of success. One effective way to manage innovation is through a project-based approach. By breaking down the innovation process into distinct phases, companies can better control costs, manage risks, and ensure each stage meets specific criteria. This structured method helps organizations stay focused, allocate resources efficiently, and track progress toward their innovation goals. Innovation projects typically follow several key phases. The process starts with a pre-investment phase, where the project is identified and evaluated for feasibility. Next comes the investment phase, which involves developing and implementing the solution. Finally, the operational phase focuses on managing the project's execution and evaluating its outcomes. Each phase has its own goals, criteria, and challenges, ensuring a thorough and effective innovation process. Pre-investment phase is all about preparation. It starts with identifying the project, conducting a preliminary selection, and performing opportunity and feasibility studies. Companies also carry out detailed market research, develop technological solutions, secure human resources, and analyze patent rights. This phase lays the groundwork for a successful innovation project by ensuring all critical factors are considered before moving forward. Risk analysis is a vital part of any innovation project. During the pre-investment phase, companies assess potential risks including market uncertainties, technological challenges, and resource limitations. By identifying and evaluating these risks early, businesses can develop strategies to mitigate them, increasing the likelihood of project success and minimizing potential losses. Economic evaluation is essential for determining whether an innovation project is viable. Companies analyze the potential return on investment, estimate costs and revenues, and assess the project's commercial viability. This step ensures that only projects with strong economic potential move forward, helping companies allocate resources wisely and achieve their innovation objectives. Thorough documentation is a cornerstone of successful innovation projects. During the pre-investment phase, companies prepare detailed project documents, including technical solutions, resource plans, and risk assessments. This documentation serves as a roadmap for the project, guiding decision-making and ensuring all stakeholders are aligned on goals and expectations. Once the groundwork is laid, the investment phase begins. This stage involves developing the project solution in detail and implementing it within the company. Teams work to turn ideas into reality, managing resources, timelines, and budgets to ensure the project stays on track. Effective execution during this phase is critical for achieving the desired innovation outcomes. Operational phase is where the project comes to life. Companies focus on managing the implementation, monitoring progress, and making adjustments as needed. This phase also includes retrospective evaluations to assess the project's impact and identify lessons learned. Continuous improvement is key, as companies use these insights to refine future innovation efforts. After a project is completed, companies conduct post-implementation analysis to evaluate its success. This includes reviewing productivity tests, analyzing outcomes, and identifying areas for improvement. The goal is to learn from each project, using these insights to enhance future innovation processes and drive continuous growth. Not every innovation project succeeds, but failures can be valuable learning opportunities. Companies analyze what went wrong, identify root causes, and develop strategies to avoid similar issues in the future. This culture of learning and adaptation helps organizations become more resilient and better equipped to tackle future challenges. Quality of project preparation is a key factor in innovation success. Companies must carefully plan each stage, considering potential risks and the evolving business environment. By respecting these factors and preparing thoroughly, organizations can increase the chances of delivering successful, impactful innovation projects. Innovation portfolios often include key projects, controversial projects, and those that are either concurrent or sequential. Managing these diverse projects requires flexibility, clear communication, and strong leadership. By balancing priorities and addressing conflicts, companies can ensure that all projects contribute to the organization's overall innovation strategy. Some innovation projects are atypical, meaning they don't fit the standard mold. These projects may involve unique challenges, require special expertise, or demand creative solutions. Successfully managing atypical projects involves adaptability, open-mindedness, and a willingness to experiment with new approaches. Every innovation project eventually reaches the end of its life cycle. Liquidation and closure are integral parts of the investment process. When a project is no longer viable or has reached its goals, companies must decide whether to upgrade, sell, or dismantle the solution. Properly managing this phase ensures resources are reallocated efficiently and lessons are captured for future projects. Sometimes, after a project's official end, the solution can be technologically upgraded and continued. This approach allows companies to extend the value of their investments, adapt to changing market needs, and stay ahead of competitors. Continuous improvement and adaptation are essential for long-term innovation success. Another option at the end of a project is to sell the solution to another interested party. This can generate additional revenue and free up resources for new innovation initiatives. By finding buyers for completed projects, companies can maximize the return on their innovation investments. When a project's solution is no longer useful, companies may choose to decommission, dismantle, and dispose of it. This process involves careful planning to minimize costs and environmental impact. Properly managing the end-of-life phase ensures compliance with regulations and supports the company's reputation for responsible innovation. Innovation is an ongoing journey, and continuous learning is key to staying ahead. Companies regularly review project outcomes, conduct productivity tests, and analyze what worked and what didn't. By fostering a culture of learning, organizations can adapt quickly, improve processes, and maintain a competitive edge. Human resources play a vital role in innovation projects. Securing the right talent, developing skills, and fostering collaboration are all essential for success. Companies invest in training, build diverse teams, and create environments where creativity can flourish. People are at the heart of every successful innovation. Protecting intellectual property is crucial in innovation. Companies conduct patent and legal analyses to safeguard their inventions and avoid infringement. This step ensures that new solutions can be commercialized without legal obstacles, supporting long-term business growth and competitiveness. Choosing the right location and addressing environmental concerns are important parts of innovation projects. Companies analyze potential sites, consider logistics, and develop solutions for waste management. These decisions impact project success, costs, and the company's reputation for sustainability. Thorough market research and opportunity studies are essential for identifying promising innovation projects. Companies gather data on customer needs, market trends, and competitive landscapes. This information guides decision-making and helps ensure that new solutions meet real market demands. Feasibility studies help companies determine whether an innovation project is practical and likely to succeed. These studies assess technical, financial, and market factors, providing a comprehensive view of the project's potential. By conducting feasibility studies, companies can avoid costly mistakes and focus on the most promising opportunities. Developing technological solutions is at the core of many innovation projects. Companies invest in research and development, prototype new ideas, and test their viability. This phase requires creativity, technical expertise, and a willingness to experiment with new approaches. Effective resource planning is essential for innovation success. Companies must allocate financial, human, and technical resources efficiently to ensure projects stay on track. Careful planning helps avoid bottlenecks, manage costs, and maximize the impact of each innovation initiative. Strategic financial planning is a cornerstone of successful innovation. Companies develop long-term financial plans, set budgets, and monitor performance against targets. This approach ensures that innovation projects are financially sustainable and aligned with the company's overall strategy. Banks often require references and proof of creditworthiness before approving loans. Companies must demonstrate their financial stability, provide references, and show a track record of responsible management. Meeting these requirements increases the likelihood of securing funding and building strong relationships with lenders. Legal compliance is essential in all aspects of business financing and innovation. Companies must prepare accurate documentation, comply with regulations, and ensure transparency in their operations. This builds trust with investors, lenders, and other stakeholders, supporting long-term success. Every financing approach comes with its own set of risks. Companies must evaluate the suitability and appropriateness of each method, considering factors like interest rates, collateral requirements, and potential impacts on ownership. By carefully assessing these risks, businesses can choose the best financing strategy for their needs. Summary: financing innovation requires a deep understanding of various funding options, careful planning, and strategic management. From debt and equity to grants and P2P lending, each approach offers unique benefits and challenges. By following a structured project management process and continuously learning from each experience, companies can drive successful innovation and achieve long-term growth. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the world of business financing and innovation.